Hello, everyone, and a massive welcome to Motivation for the Day. I'm so glad you're here. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a loop of negativity? Like one bad thing happens, and suddenly it feels like the whole world is conspiring against you. You spill your coffee, miss the bus, and then get a frustrating email, and just like that, the day feels ruined. It's a downward spiral that's so easy to get caught in, and honestly, it's exhausting. We've all been there. But what if I told you that you hold the power to break that cycle? What if you could train your brain to see the good, even when things go wrong? It's not about ignoring the bad stuff. It's about not letting it take over your entire life. Today we're going to dive deep into the practical, real-world art of staying positive. We'll explore simple, actionable strategies that you can start using right now to shift your mindset, build resilience, and find more joy in your everyday life. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get started on this journey together. First up, let's talk about the power of perspective. Our reality is shaped not by what happens to us, but by how we interpret what happens to us. Two people can experience the exact same event, and one might see it as a catastrophe, while the other sees it as an opportunity. Imagine you're working on a big project and it gets completely rejected. The immediate reaction might be disappointment, frustration, or even anger. You might think, I failed. I'm not good enough. That's the negative spiral talking. But what if you paused and reframed it? What if you thought, okay, this didn't work. What can I learn from this feedback? How can I make the next version 10 times better? This isn't about pretending you're not disappointed. It's about acknowledging the feeling and then choosing a more empowering response. This is called cognitive reframing. It's like being the director of your own mind. You get to choose which thoughts take center stage. The next time you face a setback, I challenge you to ask yourself one question. What is another way to look at this? You'll be amazed at how that simple question can unlock new possibilities and prevent you from getting stuck in a negative headspace. It's a muscle, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Now let's get practical with a tool that sounds almost too simple to be effective, but trust me, it's a game changer: the gratitude journal. I know, you've probably heard this a million times, but are you actually doing it? The science behind it is solid. When we actively look for things to be thankful for, we are literally rewiring our brains to scan for the positive instead of the negative. Our brain has something called a negativity bias, a leftover survival instinct that makes us pay more attention to threats and dangers. In the modern world, that translates to focusing on what's wrong. A gratitude practice is the direct antidote to this. It doesn't have to be a big production. All you need is a notebook, or even just the Notes app on your phone. At the end of each day, take just 2 minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be monumental. Maybe it was the warm sun on your face, a delicious cup of coffee, a funny meme a friend sent you, or the fact that you found a great parking spot. By consistently acknowledging these small joys, you start to notice them more in real time. Your default setting slowly shifts from "what's wrong with this picture" to "what's right with this picture." It grounds you in the present and reminds you that even on the toughest days, there is always something good to be found. Another powerful technique is to be mindful of the content you consume and the company you keep. Think about your mind like a garden. If you constantly feed it with negative news, gossip, and complaints from others, you're planting weeds. But if you feed it with uplifting stories, inspiring content, and positive conversations, you're planting flowers. It's that simple. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Do they lift you up, or do they drain your energy? It's okay to set boundaries with people who are constantly negative. You can love them, but you don't have to absorb their pessimism. Similarly, take a look at your social media feed. Is it making you feel inspired or inadequate? Unfollow accounts that trigger comparison or negativity. Follow accounts that share knowledge, art, humor, and inspiration. Be the gatekeeper of your own mind. Curate your environment, both online and offline, to be a source of positivity and growth. This isn't about creating a fake bubble where nothing bad exists. It's about consciously choosing to fill your world with more light than darkness. You have control over your inputs, and those inputs directly affect your mental and emotional output. Let's talk about the importance of action. Sometimes we can get so caught up in our thoughts that we become paralyzed. We overthink, we worry, we ruminate, and we end up doing nothing. The best way to break out of a negative thought loop is to take positive action, no matter how small. Feeling overwhelmed by a huge to-do list? Don't just stare at it. Pick the easiest, smallest task and do it right now. The sense of accomplishment you get from crossing just one thing off will create momentum. Feeling down or lonely? Don't just sit with that feeling. Reach out to a friend, go for a walk in nature, put on your favorite upbeat music and dance around your room for 5 minutes. Movement changes emotion. Positive action creates positive feelings. The key is to shift from a passive state of worrying to an active state of doing. Action is the bridge between a negative mindset and a positive one. It proves to your brain that you are in control and that you can make things happen. So the next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, what is one small positive action I can take right now? Then, just do it. Don't overthink it. Just move. Now, a crucial part of staying positive is learning to be kind to yourself. We are often our own harshest critics. We say things to ourselves that we would never dream of saying to a friend. This inner critic can be relentless, pointing out every mistake and flaw. True, sustainable positivity isn't about being happy all the time. It's about treating yourself with compassion, especially when you're struggling. This is called self-compassion. It means when you make a mistake, instead of beating yourself up, you treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend. You'd say, "Hey, it's okay. Everyone messes up sometimes. What can we learn from this and how can we move forward?" Talking to yourself this way isn't silly. It's essential for building mental resilience. When you fail or face a setback, acknowledge your disappointment, but then wrap it in self-compassion. Remind yourself that you're human, that you're doing your best, and that this one moment does not define your worth. Practicing self-compassion reduces anxiety and depression and actually increases your motivation to improve because you're no longer afraid of failure. You're creating a safe inner environment where it's okay to try and fail, which is the only way to truly grow. Finally, remember that staying positive is a practice, not a destination. There will be days when it feels easy, and there will be days when it feels nearly impossible. That's completely normal. The goal isn't to achieve a state of perpetual bliss. The goal is to build the tools and the resilience to navigate the ups and downs of life with a more hopeful and empowered perspective. It's about shortening the time you spend in a negative state and learning how to bounce back more quickly. Don't get discouraged if you have an off day or even an off week. Just come back to the basics. Did you move your body today? Did you write down what you're grateful for? Did you reframe a negative thought? Did you show yourself some compassion? Each day is a new opportunity to practice. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small wins. Every time you choose a positive thought over a negative one, you are strengthening that mental muscle. You are taking back your power and actively creating a happier, more fulfilling life for yourself. You have this incredible capacity within you to shape your own reality. So, let's do a quick recap of what we've covered today. First, we talked about the power of perspective and cognitive reframing, consciously choosing how you interpret events. Second, we highlighted the simple yet profound practice of keeping a gratitude journal to train your brain to see the good. Third, we emphasized the importance of curating your environment, being mindful of the content you consume and the company you keep. Fourth, we discussed the power of taking small, positive actions to break out of negative thought loops and build momentum. And fifth, we explored the crucial role of self-compassion, treating yourself with kindness, especially when you're struggling. These aren't just nice ideas. They are practical tools that, when used consistently, can fundamentally change your experience of life. I encourage you to pick just one of these strategies to focus on this week. Don't try to do everything at once. Just pick one and commit to it. See how it feels. Notice the small shifts it creates in your day-to-day life. You are the architect of your own mindset. You have the power to build a more positive and resilient you. One thought, one action, one day at a time. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today on Motivation for the Day. I truly hope you found this helpful and inspiring. Remember, this journey is a marathon, not a sprint, and every single step you take in a positive direction matters. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps the channel reach more people who might need to hear this message. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos, where we'll continue to explore ways to live a more motivated and fulfilling life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which one of these strategies are you going to try this week? Sharing your journey can inspire others too. Thank you again for being here. Stay strong, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video.